What is up, humans of the cardboard? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got our Mayakashi cards revealed. This is coming from like the super shiny box or whatever it's called, the special shiny box in the OCG, where they're getting 2 new Mayakashi cards, 2 new striker cards, and 2 new witchcrafter cards. We have the Sky Striker Kaiju-esque card revealed, which is pretty cool utility card for them. And here tonight we have both of our Mayakashi cards. And let me tell you, I gave them a quick scan to make sure this was worth getting its own video. And yes, it is. These cards are very, very nice. Let's get into it. So starting off here, we have Yuki Onna, the Icicle Mayakashi. This is a Link 3 water zombie Link effect monster. Its attack is 2400 and its arrows point down left, down, and down right. Very good arrows for a Link 3. You gotta love it. And its materials are any 2 or more zombies. I also really, really like that. That's a very, very nice that it's generic like that. And you can only use its second and third effects once per turn each. The first effect reads, you can only control 1 copy of itself. That's fine, not a big deal. Second effect, if this card is special summoned, you could target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Not too shabby. I love that this is on special summon. It's not on link summon. So once this card leaves the field, if you have any means to bring this card back to the field on summon, you get to impermanence something. That's pretty dang good. I like that a lot. So this deck has obviously a ton of graveyard recursion and stuff. So turn after turn, as you want to recur this card, you can get negate, negate, negate. Pretty cool. And the third effect here is a quick effect where you can banish this card from your graveyard as cost to special summon 1 of your zombie synchro monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. That is so, so nice. I love that this is a quick effect. Even if it wasn't, it'd still be a nice recursion effect. This is really, really solid because the Link 4 in the archetype isn't half bad either. So you could literally like make the Link 4 using this card as a stepping stone to climb up into the Link 4, and then engrave later on you could banish this card to revive 1 of your synchros. Keep in mind, all of the synchros in the Mayakashi archetype have an effect when they are specifically special summoned from the grave. I think one of the best, I think the best one is Yoko. He just literally like Dridents. He pops a card when he's summoned from the grave. There's one that pops back row. There's one that is like 30. The big one, the 3300 one, just becomes unaffected by all card effects for the rest of the turn. Not half bad if you know if you don't think your opponent can out him. And then there's one that like makes your Mayakashi's unable to be destroyed by card effects, and there's one that like mills 3 off the top of your deck. So pretty good. Obviously Yuki Onna and Yoko, and I want to say Tengu is the one that pops back. Those are the 2 best ones because those are like active interruptions. Very nice that we're finally getting a couple more pieces that allow that to be a little more accessible and easy to set up. Definitely like this card. I think this is pretty good, all things considered. Doesn't lock you into anything. It's fairly generic, taking any zombie monsters, maybe splashing the Mayakashi package into like a solid like zombie core already. Could be something to look at for sure. Next up here, we have our trap card. This card is crazy. This card is nuts. Also, this card has Mayakashi and Shiranui in the name. I don't know if Shiranui can search this, but I know Mayakashi has their 1 spell card that searches any Mayakashi card from deck to hand, so this will be searchable off that, I believe. And it's a normal trap. This card reads, you can only use the first of, you can only use 1 of the first and second effects per turn, and only once that turn. So it has 2 effects. You can only use 1 per turn, but then the next turn you can use the other. The first effect reads, tribute 1 Mayakashi or Shiranui synchro or link monster as cost. It's your cost. Neither player can special summon monsters from the hand, deck, and extra deck for the rest of this turn. Wow, that's so insane. Oh my god, dude. That is such an insane effect. Like, we talk about how Scythe is powerful, locking you out of the extra deck. This locks you out of the extra deck, locks you out of your hand, and locks you out of your deck all at the same time. This is so insane. The only downside I would say is that you have to be not only getting to, but tributing a Mayakashi or Shiranui synchro monster or link. But at the same time, like, I think that's fair for an effect this powerful. That is totally fair. Also note how this does not lock you out of summoning from the graveyard. So if you are going to tribute, maybe you summon this or get the trap and summon the Link 3, you could tribute the Link 3 to mess with your opponent, to like obviously lock them out of the deck, and then use this to revive any of your synchro zombie monsters from grave, which you can do because this doesn't lock you out of the grave. Crazy. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished zombie monsters, any banished zombie, return it to the grave. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I think that's nice just because you can, for stuff like Mizuki or, you know, any other generic like zombie monsters that end up banished, just getting them back in grave. We all know that's really nice just to reload their effects for further pushing. Also, one more thing to note is if you're going to play a zombie variant that does play Zombie World and that package, everything in your graveyard counts as zombie, which means this card lets you summon back any zombie synchro, which means any synchro while Zombie World's on the field does count as a zombie synchro. So this card can revive any synchro while that is up. I don't know if that's going to be the build to go for. I honestly don't know. I still am unsure even how splashable Mayakashi is with other zombie stuff, but I'm very, very curious to find out, to see where people go with it, because I do think they get a huge buff here. This card is crazy. Cannot wait to see how people try to take advantage of it. I'm excited. I don't know what to say. I'm excited to see where it goes. This is a crazy stun card. This is the kind of powerful card that something like Mayakashi needed. I think it's fair enough where, like, you do have to give up, you know, a Mayakashi or Shiranui Synchro or Link. I know there's a Mayakashi Link 2, but other than that, I don't know if there's anything that's easier to summon than that. So yeah, I'm all about it. I think this is really, really cool. I think this is a huge buff for that deck. I cannot wait to see what happens to zombies, what happens to Shiranui's, or Shiranui / Mayakashi specifically. This does buff Shiranui. I haven't been saying that, but like this also buffs Shiranui. I don't know if they have a card that searches Shiranui spells and traps, but if they do, this becomes super, super spicy. I'm gonna have to look into that to see, but yeah, a lot going on here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts here. I think this card is probably like an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's really good. I don't know if I'd throw it up there in the 10s, maybe 8.5, maybe 9. And this card, I mean, I think this card's also probably like an 8.5 out of 10. Like, if you want to make this card a 10, like, make it tribute any zombie monster, then it's a 10. But for me, because it has to tribute, that's the, something that you already have to be able to play to set up into this card. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think these cards are great. Cannot wait to see where it takes the deck. Let me know, though, your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you have not yet and you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! News, discussions and reviews and all that stuff in the next, later on, whatever. I'll see you. Peace.